So this video is to teach you or to refresh your memory on how to use the Doc Hub app that we're talking about today. So the first thing you need to know is that we need to go to the web store. Remember to go to the web store on your Chromebook. You go down to your little magnifying lens and then you click on web store or more apps and then web store. And when I go to the web store, I am going to go ahead and search for Doc, D-O-C, Hub, H-U-B. And I'll hit enter, and there it is right there, Apps, Doc Hub, Edit and Sign PDF Documents. Now you can see I've already added this to my apps, but if you haven't, you need to click on Add to Chrome, which you see down here, but Add to Chrome and then click Add when the box pops up. So let me find Doc Hub. It should be on my last page here. There it is. It looks like a big D, and it will open up. Now the first time you go to Doc Hub, it may ask you to log in. You'll see mine is asking me to log in. So I want to log in using Google because we'll use our Google account. And I'll pick my school account. You should only have one choice when you do this. But because I'm logged into my computer, I have multiple accounts. And there we go. So now I'm here, and you'll see I played with one earlier, but I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to New, and I'm going to do Import, which means I'm going to pull in a new document. And it asks, where do you want it to come from? Your document is living in your Google Drive. So I'm going to click on Google Drive, and it will pull up a window. It may ask you permission if you can do that. And so if it asks for permission, just say, yep, you can do that. And you'll see I have all kinds of things, but it's going to look for PDF files, which have this little red icon, or Google Documents, or other documents that you could leave notes on, basically. I am looking for, let's see, I'm looking for mine that is about Ezra Jack Keats. So I'm going to type in Ezra. Let's see what comes up. There it is, right there. I'll click on that, and you'll see it's importing. And now, voila, there's my document. So this is a PDF about the author Ezra Jack Keats. And now I can start using these tools so that as I read the text, I can also respond to it. So let's look down. So first of all, I noticed Snowy Day. When I was a kid, I used to read this book. That immediately gave me something to think about. So maybe I want to write a note saying, hey, I recognize this book. Well, what I can do, there's a couple things. I could go ahead and type in my thoughts. I could write in my thoughts, but writing on on the keypad, you know, the mouse is really hard to do. Or I could add a comment. So let me just show you the difference between text and comment. So for text, I just kind of make a box, and I can say, I remember this book from when I was in elementary school. And notice if I wanted to change how my typing looks, I can change how it's lined up. I can change if it's bold or italics. I can change how big it is if I want. And I could even change the font. But you know what? I'm not going to take a ton of time worrying about how pretty my words are. I just want to make sure I get them down. Now a comment, if I click, I'll just click on the book title here. I can type, I remember this book. And I'm done. So now you'll see the difference between a comment and the text. Is the text we can see really clearly. The comment, you have to actually kind of click on it, and you have to, and then it will show the comment. I kind of prefer the text because you can just see it more clearly. I know, but this is kind of nice if you need to tuck in a thought in a really small place. Another cool thing I can do is I can highlight. So just like you have a highlighter in a piece of paper, I could do that here. And notice you can choose between a highlighter or the text, which means, let's see if this will work. See how it picks text here? It like picks out where the letters are. It can highlight just the text like that. Another way we could do it is just drawing a box. So maybe I wanted to just highlight Willie the dog here. I could actually do this. And now it's highlighted Willie. You can see that there. Now if you ever want to get rid of something, all you have to do is click on this arrow, it's called the pointer, and click on the X that shows up here. Now there are a few other features, nothing too fancy. The draw tool, obviously we can draw, but that's kind of hard to do. It's not my favorite, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. I can erase or white out things, so I can cover this up. Like if I want to take out New York, I don't know why I'd want to do that, but I could. And I also have some stamps. So sometimes when I'm reading, I might have a reaction. Like I might, let's see, if I look down here, I'm just kind of skimming. It says Ezra loved to draw and paint. You know what? I might react with a smiley face because I also like to draw and paint. So I could do that. And we're not going to be silly and stamp all over because that's wasting our time, right? Or if I thought, whoops, I clicked the wrong thing there. If I thought it was an important point, maybe a star is a great symbol that I could use, or a heart meaning something you really like. You could use those stamps to kind of tell your emotions as you read or how you feel. Okay, so let's say I went ahead and I put all my comments in and I responded to the reading. Now I want to save it, right? I want to save how I've changed my document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. It's kind of hiding. Looks like a little hamburger. It's a menu. And I am going to do download. And I am going to export, which means I'm going to send out a copy to my Google Drive. So in my Google Drive, now what I'll have is I will have the original file that I didn't touch. It'll be clean. But I will also have a new version of it with all my notes. Now the other way I can do this, and the way we're going to do it in Google, in Google Classroom, is we'll do sync revision to Google Drive, which means it will take the original that I just took and it will save over it. So the original will go away. I won't have the clean version without any notes, but it will just save my notes on top of it. That's what you're going to use when we do this with Google Classroom. But for now, I'm just going to make a copy. So I clicked on that and it says export is successful. And if I click on view in Drive, it will take me right to that file. And look, I can see my notes. Now I see, oops, look, my words kind of went over there. So I may have to pull those in. And if I click here, I can't really see my comment, can I? So really we want to use those words, but make sure they're on the page. But then I can also see the little marks I made here. So that's how we use DocHub to leave notes or respond to our reading on a document that's already been made. I hope this video helps and answers any questions that you might have.